All righty. Okay, can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I always do that. I'm sorry. I think you can hear me now. I think you can hear me now. Let me know if you can hear me now. Hi. All right. All right. Put in the chat if you can hear me now, because I did something that we are never, ever to do. And I don't know if you guys have done this or if you're on your way to doing this, but I did something that we are never, ever to do. And if you know what that thing is that I did that we are never, ever to do, go ahead and put it down in the chat. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome in, Diana, Cheryl, Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome in, sending you guys love and hearts on this very beautiful day. And yeah, put in the chat what you think I did that we are never ever to do. And maybe you have done it too. So we're going to talk about that, but allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tahira. I am your supernatural quantum telepathic healer. I specialize in quantum healing, hypnosis, past life regression, where I help to heal soul tears, soul ties. I do Akashic Records readings and I work with templates. So essentially is I am helping you remove the old stagnant templates and then encoding a new divine code or blueprint, if you will. All right, guys, I did something. I've been a naughty girl. I've been a naughty girl. Guys, if you can guess what I did, we were never supposed to do. We're going to talk about that. And then this is going to be cool, guys, because I'm just going to tap into source and we're going to get a message from what source wants to say about today, about the Easter Sunday, right? So first of all, let me tell you what I did that you are never ever to do. If you are living in this world and you're living inside of a body and you living within your brain, what you are never to do is to outsmart it. You're never to outsmart the smarts of the brain. Let me explain. Let me explain. I'll use this as an example. Guys, let me first say this. I have one more spot open for the quantum telepathic healer and psychic development course. Now, when I say one more spot, it's because Source told me there's one more person coming. There's someone coming and it's been an agitation to them, meaning they've been going back and forth of whether they should do it or not. But I think what I've been led to speak about is actually going to help this person, because I didn't know what I was going to talk about until I sat down here. But Source said there's one more person coming. And you can go ahead and email instructions for humanity@gmail.com, or you can click on any of my other lives or videos. There should be a free consultation Zoom link to schedule with me. But we only got a few more days, guys, and I have to close this out. But I did something, guys, that you are never ever to do. I outsmarted my own brain. And I know we're not supposed to do that. Let me tell you a story. You guys know I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, so I specialize in the subconscious mind. So in order for me to tell you what I did to outsmart my brain, I have to tell you a little bit about the subconscious mind. And you guys know from the time you're 0 to about 7 or 8 years old, we are taking in information through all of our different senses and even the senses that are beyond our five senses, right? We're taking that in, but we're taking it in as absolute truth. We don't know that Santa Claus ain't real and the Easter Bunny ain't real. We don't know that yet. All we know is what people say around us. And we're also picking up on nonverbal cues as well. In fact, most of the things that we're picking up are actually nonverbal. And this is how you get your suggestibility state, whether you are inferred or a literal suggestibility. Story for another day. Well, I say that to say, a lot of times things in your subconscious mind are not your own, but rather it's your programming. You've been programmed from the time you were born into about the time of 7 or 8. And I would like to say that you were programmed prior to that because you get a certain genetic code passed down to you and ancestral codes passed down. But for the sake of this video, guys, you have basically a program inside of you. Now, the problem is not everyone gets the same program. Not everyone gets the program that says, hey, I'm going to accomplish my goals. I'm going to be a six-figure earner, and I'm going to be an athlete, and all of those wonderful things that we have these dreams and aspirations to do. Most of the time, we don't get that script, right? We get passed down basically the level of consciousness that our parents were at that time of 0 to 7 or 8 years old. So this creates what? Not only a life script, but it creates a level of lack or even friction. Because just because you receive something, a program in the subconscious that could be viewed as good, it does not mean that it is good for you and the evolution of your soul. It could be good for the person who programmed you, i.e. your mother or father or your primary caretaker, right? So when you want to change, this is what happens. You say, you know what? I've been sitting on this chair for a million years. I'm going to get up and I'm going to train and I'm going to run a marathon by next year. What's going to happen is this, that thought that you just had, it's very intelligent. It's going to go back to the subconscious, and the subconscious mind is attached to the Akashic records. This is the library of infinite potentiality, and it's the library of records, right? So it's going to go back to the subconscious, and it's going to look through all of those records, all of those books, and say, hey, have I ever ran a marathon before? I'm trying to find something that will justify this crazy thought that I just had. And it's looking and looking, but it can't find anything. And then what does it do? Then you start doubting, oh, I don't think I'm going to run the marathon. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. Girl, you know, I can't do that. My feet hurt. I can't, all of those things. But it's because that conscious thought, your conscious mind checked back with the 88% of the subconscious mind, and it checked the records. And what it computed to you was basically nothing more than data, because your mind as well has a matrix or a grid, right? So it checked that grid, right? Or that matrix or that code. And it said, no, I don't think you're going to be able to do this, right? So that's a huge problem when we want to change and we want to get things done. So how do we bypass this, guys? Hi, Ernestina, beautiful. So how do we bypass this? We bypass this by doing it anyway. We bypass this by doing something that you are never, ever to do. So your body and mind is designed to keep you alive. And how does it know that you're staying alive? It knows this because you are in a state of homeostasis. It means all of your temperatures around the same every day, your body weight's around the same, your heart rate is about the same, lung, kidneys, all your vital organs is functioning about the same. It wants the same. Good news is, even if you're live an unhealthy life, your body and your mind is going to try as hard as it can to keep you at homeostasis, because the goal is to keep you alive. But the problem is when you want to go higher, you have this thing called homeostasis that wants to keep you at a certain level. So you have the homeostasis here, and you have the level that you want to go to here. And then there's all of this space in between, right? It's like, how do you get there? How do you break out of homeostasis to reach up and grab your goal? And this is why I said I did something that we are never to do. We are always wanting to stay at homeostasis. But when you push through the, so to speak, limitations, or if you go off script, right? You're really going off script. You're going rogue is what you're doing. You're defying the matrix grid inside of you or the code, and you are going off script. You are going rogue, guys. You have to go rogue. When you want to get to your goals, trust me, somebody write in the chat, I'm going rogue. Somebody write in the chat, I am going rogue. This is what you have to do, right? Or you're going to stay at homeostasis and you're going to live the same life that your mother lived, and so forth, because that is the program, that's the code, and that's the script that you were given. And homeostasis says you are never to break out of this, because it is my job to keep you at this level, because I know that way I am keeping you alive, right? So how do we do this? How do we do something that we're never supposed to do? Well, I say that you have to do it anyway. And what this means is that feeling that you get, that fearful feeling, you may even get a pit in your stomach when you try to like tackle some of these goals that you have to get to your larger goal. I'm telling you, distractions, delays will come out of nowhere. But just know it is that brain and that body trying to keep you at homeostasis. It is not real. That's the first thing you have to know. And because you are the sovereign, you are the creator, you are a source particle, you have the ability to write code. Someone say, I have the ability to write code. These are the things that they don't tell you. These are the things that you're never supposed to do. Someone say, I have the ability to write code. It sounds so simple, but we never do. We never write code. Most people just follow the script. And this is the difference between the people that will stay at base consciousness, 3D consciousness forever, or the people that will elevate and expand with source. They know that they are the encoder. They know that they are the coder. And this is what you are. And your brain, your subconscious mind, the primitive layer of the subconscious mind does not want you to know that. Because guess what? When you know that, and you take action and you do it anyway, even if it pains you, even if you get stomach jitters, even if you're basically going to faint from the public speaking or whatever it is that you're just trying to break out of that comfort zone, what you're doing is you're rewriting code. Not only are you rewriting your code, but for the future use, you have rewritten their code. You have rewritten even your mother's code, even your father's code. Anyone that's on that same energetic code, you have rewritten code. What we call this is someone standing in the gap. If you're from the Baptist church, hallelujah, guys, from the Baptist church, right? Back in the day. If you're from I'm going rogue, that's right, Ernestine. If you're from the Baptist church, then you know what I'm trying to say. But you are the encoder and you are standing in the gap. This is what they call a generational curse breaker. It's not a generational curse. It's just that everyone has been living on the same script, because it's been the same script, the same habits have been passed down, and it's been encoded and overlaid on top of the next generation so many times that now it becomes so impacted and embedded deep within the Akashic stores, which appears to be an unbreakable curse, but all it is a script that keeps getting passed down from generation to generation, because no one is stepping up to be the coder. Say, I am the coder. I'm the coder. Absolutely. Neutralizing negative thoughts. Yes, Ernestina, that's what we talked about in the Ascension program. Neutralizing these negative thoughts and replacing them with love, replacing them with something that is going to what? You need not only action, but you need energy, right? See, energy is a currency. So when you're breaking out of your own code, because you are the coder, right? So you're getting out of the homeostasis. We need action. We need energy, because energy is action, and energy is a currency, and energy flows, and energy goes where basically your thought is, right? So what this means is we want to put things in place, tasks in place that will produce a level of energy currency, energetic currency. So if you want to run a marathon, then what? You got to get your butt up and you got to start running, right? This produces endorphins, the endorphins along with the action, and it encodes into the emotional body, creating a template for that in which you said that you wanted to do. Now you have created what? A template. Enough suggestions into a template, enough data, enough action, enough energy currency or energetic signatures into a template over a period of time, 21 to 28 days or more, now is what creates the breakthrough. This is what happens on a spiritual level, on a quantum level, because you are the encoder, you are the source, okay? And so this is what they don't want you to know. This is what you're never supposed to do, because what? Homeostasis says, I got to keep you at this level because at least I know you're alive. But when you say, I'm gonna be all right, and I know it's a little scary, and I'm gonna do it anyway, and you're gonna have all of those negative thoughts. Trust me, it's gonna come. You might even get a physical reaction, like you might break out in hives, depending on what it is that you're trying to do. But I'm here to encourage you to push through. Even lately, I've been able to view these thoughts because I don't care who you are. Anytime you're trying to go to a level that you've never been, you are going to get resistance. Remember, I told you resistance is good. Resistance is good, guys. Resistance is good. It lets you know what part of the game you're in. This is all a game. It lets you know where you are and what level you need to go. But more importantly, it lets you know what's going on in the subconscious mind. If you are reaching resistance around a certain thought or ideology or self-concept about yourself, then it shows you need to do a little bit more work in that area, a little bit more venting, right? A little bit more meditations, a little bit more grounding, a little bit more releasing. So this is why resistance is good, guys. You see what I did? We have to start to flip everything. This is the difference, guys, between being in the 5D. What I've noticed about being in 5D consciousness, guys, it's those subtle changes. It doesn't mean that the stress doesn't come. It doesn't mean that the thoughts don't come. But the difference is you stop it immediately. That is the sole difference of 5D. And then you have access immediately to all of your tools. You're not going to ascend without working on these things. I don't care what people tell you. I don't care. You're not going anywhere fast unless you do the work. And when you do the work consistently and you show up for yourself consistently, this is what creates new associations in the subconscious mind. And enough of those done over a certain period of time can create a template. This template can be encoded in your celestial DNA stores, allowing you to pass down this new updated template through the ages. This is truly how it goes, guys. So I did something you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to push past those limitations because your body will try to stop you. But remember, we do it anyway. The way I look at it, I say to myself, self, no matter what happens, you're still going to be alive. Even if, hey, you might fall down, you might break a few bones, you might, you might lose a lot of money, you might not. But guess what? At the end of the day, I've decided this is what I'm going to do. And at the end of the day, the worst thing that could happen is that I don't accomplish it now, but I learned the lessons to now get back up and to accomplish it at a later date and time. So either way, I'm going to win. And do you see what I just did? I'm a constant coder. I'm a constant coder. Every time I put that positive thought in, you know what that is doing? Every time I have a thought in the future that I want to go to a higher level, then guess what? that conscious thought, the conscious mind is going to break through the critical layer of the mind. It's going to go back to the subconscious mind. It's going to check the library. It's going to check those records, going to check those Akashic stores. And because I keep putting good stuff in, I keep putting light in, I keep putting in, I'm going to do it anyway. That next time I want to do something, it's going to say, hey, there's so many associations here that no matter what, this girl is resilient. She just does it anyway. And then that's how it's going to be easier and easier, guys, to accomplish your goals. So if you're just starting off with this concept, guys, work with it. Take something that you are a bit afraid to do and just do it anyway. And understand resistance will come. Understand that the doubts will come. But this is part of us sharpening our sword. This is part of the friction needed for soul growth and expansion, guys. So I just thought that was cool because it's something that I had to face recently. And yeah, I know that there's so many other people probably going through the same thing. So I didn't know I was going to talk about this today, but I sat down here and a source says, this is what you need to talk about. So now, guys, go ahead and put a like on the video, guys. If there's 10 of you watching, girl, there should be 10 likes. No excuses up in here. Okay, now give me a second. Now, guys, we're about to get into some energy here. We're about to get into the energy field, tap in with source and see what message. See, I had another message that source wanted me to bring, but, well, rather I wanted me to bring, but I want to just tap into the energy field and see what source wants to say right now in this moment, guys. So you're going to see my process in the moment, and I don't think it's anything special, but let's just see what the energy of source wants to say in this moment. It's an urgent message about time and alignment. Time and alignment. So what source is truly saying in this moment of reflection is that there is a certain time, even though time is not real, but there is a certain energy. I'm hearing consumption. There is a certain energy consumption that puts you in alignment to now open up doors, open up spaces, open up portals, open, the right path, the directional path, right? So this energy consumption that I believe source is talking about, which has to do with alignment. So this, when we think about consumption, we think about eating, we think about nourishment, right? Remember I said that the energy is the quantum. I talk about the quantum currency becoming the quantum currency, right? By allowing yourself to be the main character and allowing all things to revolve around you. But source is really talking about an energy consumption. So you must eat your Wheaties is kind of what I'm hearing, right? You have to eat righteous energy. Eat is to partake. It is to get sustenance that edifies and nourishes the spirit, the mind, the soul, the heart, and the consciousness. And so today is a day where most people will go to church to presume that that is what they're going to be getting because of the Easter Sunday that that they told everyone that this is the day, this is Easter Sunday. But see, what source is saying that we haven't been eating our Wheaties. Think about when you consume something, it's internal. When we go to church, it's external. When we do our meditations, it's internal. When we have someone do a guided meditation on us, it's external. Do you see where we've been going with this whole time? Separating the wheat from the chaff, separating two things that appear to be both good, but when we really examine them, they're worlds apart. When we think about guided meditation, it sounds good. And don't get me wrong, it's very good. It's very good. However, Source is saying that when you consume the right energy, you get everything internal. And so the meditations, right, it's an internal meditation, right? So no more the external. So as of the external world or the external word or praise and worship, right? That's part of the 3D matrix. As the 5D energy is the internal, right? The internal that leads to eternity. So this is truly what Source is saying. How do we get to the alignment? We must consume the right energy. Consume the right energy. Receive divine sustenance from the things you listen to, the thoughts you think, the food you eat, the water you drink, the company you keep. If you got bad people around you, you're getting junk. You're not getting spiritually nourished. You're not going to get to alignment that way. You're only going to get to alignment by nourishing yourself energetically. This is what truly opens up doors. So as of the first part of the conversation, I love how Source does this. We're talking more about how do you break out of homeostasis? And see, this is the part, guys, where I tell you that AI cannot duplicate, guys. It can never do it. You see, I love when I can find the little pockets of Source. I get so excited about this. This is what AI can never, ever do, how Source just flowed this thing so beautifully. The first part was about what you do to break out of homeostasis, where you do it anyway, where you keep speaking life to yourself. You create those new templates. You become the encoder, right? But now in this moment, give me a second. Sorry, guys. 1 second. A disturbance here. 1 second. Let me get my train of thought back. You see, energetic disturbance. These are the things that will happen. And this is just when you know that you're on your way. The forces will try to come. You see how I was about to tie everything together. It's about to give you a key code of how to pick out Source from AI. Do you see how that little sucker just used that energetic disturbance? But hold on, I'm going to get it back because this is important. Give me a second. Does anybody remember what I was talking about? Does anybody remember what I had just received a phone call and it, you see? Okay. You see right there that now to maybe someone who doesn't know about this, that was a AI, I know it sounds crazy, trying to put me into hypnosis, right? Because I'm talking about time. I'm talking about it's trying to distort, it's trying to bring a time distortion. So anything, you know, when hypnosis, when we snap or when there's a sound, there's followed by silence. This is what just happened on my phone, guys. And to the point, they will use people in your life. But do you see the difference between being in 5D? I recognize this, even something as small as a phone call. I recognize it as an energetic disturbance. I recognize it as I was just talking about what AI can't do. And then what? I get a phone call from someone that I ain't spoke to in like a year. That is them. That's part of the old code, part of the homeostasis, wanting to keep you where you were. And it's going to happen, guys. It just happened. And so I love when Source proves the point in real time. But as of AI is trying to keep you at this level. But see, what AI can't do is go back around. And guys, somebody please tell me what I was just saying. Somebody please tell me, please tell me. I'm gonna probably, of course, I can rewind this and watch it and find out, but I'll wait and see if someone can tell me what I literally just said, because it was it was about to seal the deal. It was about to seal the deal. I will think of it. Don't worry. I will think of it. I will think of it. But boy, that was about to be beautiful. So basically, guys, this is truly what Source wants to say, is that the 5D is about you doing the internal work. I don't care what anyone says. You can't get there any other way. You can't buy your way into it. You can't fake your way into it. You can't lie your way into it. You have to belong to the frequency. You have to belong to the frequency. And as of every time you encode a new memory, right? Source meets you on the back end and starts to open up those doors that have seemed to be closed. But a lot of the times, guys, we give up right when the door is about to open because we can't see. And because we get all of these energetic, trust me, if you're getting the energetic disturbance, you're on your way. Someone say, I'm on my way. If you're getting the energetic disturbance, you are on your way. Because they're trying to defeat you. And because you're winning, they have to make people call you that ain't called you in like a whole year. Seriously. I don't know if you guys know this, but when I'm teaching, I'm very serious about this. That phone call pissed me off. I'm serious. I don't like that. Maybe I'm too serious about my work, but I am so serious about my work, and I don't like to be disturbed when I'm working. I really, really don't. So that's a whole thing. Mind you, I've been working since about 9 o'clock this morning. And yes, it is Easter Sunday, and it's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm still going. But that's because I love what I do, and I'm led by Source. And it pisses me off when people interrupt me and interrupt my messages from Source. And that was an energetic disturbance. Absolutely. So give me a second. I want to flow back into what Source was trying to say, guys. I just got a message right now that also a reason why that message was stopped is because there's someone listening that does not believe. Remember, guys, you have to belong to the frequency. And this is truly where we are in the 5D consciousness. You won't be able to fake it. You can't fake it till you make it anymore. That was the old timeline, the old deceptive timeline. This timeline, everyone has to eat their Wheaties. Everyone has to have this energetic consumption. Everyone has to eat their light codes. Everyone has to take their energy medicine. There's someone that does not believe. There's someone that's doubting. There's someone that is doubting themselves. There's someone who's having the negative thought forms as we speak. There's someone who's being embodied as we speak. Source will not allow you to have the energy currency, not allow you to sip from her nectar, will not allow it. You have to belong to her frequency. And now this also answers my question about why sometimes YouTube messes with my subscribers and my watch hours and all of that, because as I push away more to the true 5D consciousness and beyond, there's a lot of people who can't go. They can't radiate or vibrate at the vibration of these messages. As I get more in tune with those internal codes, and they've been used to faking it till they make it, dressing the part but not being the part, then they can't receive it. It doesn't even show up on their feed. It doesn't even show up in their field of awareness, because the fake it till you make it stage is over. So now, see, Source, this is beautiful, guys. I love how Source works. See, Source uses everything. This is the multi-dimensional self, 5D self that you are going into. Do you see how multidimensional this message is? And even if an energetic disturbance comes, because what? I do it anyway. I push through anyway. Source still allows my messages to come through, because Source sees that what? I'm in this space. This empty space, here's where you're going to find Source. This is the infinite potentiality of Source. That black space, that voided state is where the potential is. So if we are not even trying to break through the homeostasis, if we're not even trying to do a few things that makes us feel uncomfortable to reach our goals, how do you expect Source to meet you? Source is in the void. Source is after your own, like, dying to yourself or the ego. After you have went inside, Source is in the void. You guys have been waiting for Source, but you haven't even picked the pen up yet to write that book. And you can't cheat code your way through with the AI. It's not going to work. I keep telling people this, and not to say you can't use AI tools. You can absolutely use it, but you're not even going to know how to organize it to even know if what it's saying is true if you haven't done the work. Yes, it can help speed some things up, but guys, if you rely on that totally, then do you truly belong in 5D consciousness? No, you're going to get the energy of where you are. And if you're relying on everything artificial, then this is what you get. You get more artificial things. And this is why things are not coming into physicality, right? You're not eating your Wheaties. You're not consuming the right energy consumption. You've got too many bad triggers around you, too many bad people around you, feeding you energetic waste. Most people got people feeding them energetic waste. Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm on my way. Yes, absolutely. Yes, you are on your way. Can't wait to see you in the class. But guys, this is truly what sources want to say. And the thing is so subtle. So this is what I was saying is, you see what we're doing when I was talking about the guided meditation. And then I was talking about going inside to just meditate. Thank you, Source. Even though they both seem good, and they are, but because in the 5D, we are not being guided, we are now the guide. So what we're doing now in the 5D is all last year, guys, when you saw me clearing all those entities out and off of people, this year, what we're doing is, and a lot of more people are doing the Ascension program, and they are learning how to be the quantum telepathic healer. Because why, guys? We are no longer in the energy of the outside help. We can still get that and parlay that into the internal, because both of these programs are when you do the internal work. I will guide you there and show you, but it's you that actually does the work. So what we're doing in this season is we're taking something that appears to be good, but what we're doing is we're even refining the light. In this season on this channel, Instructions for humanity, we are refining the light. Someone say, I am refining the light. And sometimes in order to refine the light, you have to revisit what is dark. You have to revisit what is dark in the light. You have to discover what is dark in the light. Doesn't that sound like an oxymoron? Well, last year it would have been in the 3D, but because now we are multidimensional, we are in the 5D, on the 5D spread is what I'm hearing, that now it's all possible. We can pick apart the light and find the darkness, which technically is the lower vibration of the higher solid, is what I'm hearing. So as if I give the example of the guided meditation and now the meditation. So we are going into the internal self. So we can have that multi-dimensional experience with self, right? So we can get there, of course, with guided meditation, but eventually you will be the one guiding. So this is just what Source is saying. And this is why a lot of people are falling away. They're falling out of your life because as you raise to a higher vibrational code, they can't actually, they don't have the key codes to access. They don't have the access codes. So they can't get in. And that's what's going on too with a lot of people on this channel. They don't have the access codes to access this information on this vibration where I am. So they don't get it, right? And we, within ourselves, guys, we have to give ourselves the access codes. When we get that little nudge of like that little limiting belief or that little thing that says, no, you're not, you're less than, right? You need to pull your access codes and override the system. And you do that by going inside. It's the internal nourishment, right? It's the spiritual Wheaties, right? It's the energetic consumption that allows you to do that. And that means you're doing the internal work. You are putting things in that are food to thy soul daily. So the grounding, the meditations, right? The breath work, the journaling, the energy work on yourself, the energy work on others, the energy work on the collective. You're becoming the master. And this is the difference between the 5D. And so what I want to tell people is that you have to belong to it. Know that there still will be resistance, but you have the ability to quickly override it because you have all the key codes, because you've done the work. When you actually go through the process of ascending through the chakras, ascending through the energy, frequency, vibrational levels, when you go through the process to do it right, guys, you have all the key codes. It's like having a cheat code to the universe. You have all of that. But the problem is most people, Source wants to say, don't give up. Most people are giving up before they even get a chance to meet with Source. Source is in the unknown. Source is in the undiscovered. Source is in the void. This is homeostasis. This is the goal you're trying to get to. Source is in the middle. If you don't even try to break through homeostasis, you'll never get to getting the source from help. So keep going. The uncomfortability, guys, is good. It's building a strong foundation. It's building a strong template, guys. Source is in the void, guys. And I talk about this all the time. Source is the empty spaces in between every living thing. Source is vibration. Source is calculation. Feel the resonance of that. Source is in every living thing, the empty spaces in between every living thing. This is Source, the original vibration, the original You know that sound you hear in your ear when you're not taking in any data? You're not taking in any audio, any thoughts, any reverb. You're not listening to the radio, television, anything. You know, that just that sound playing in the background, that you hear the ambiance. That's the ambiance, is the is the Help is always present if you attune to her loving, flowing whispers. She's the divine mother of wisdom and strength. She speaks, right? The source. That is the message, you know, that source truly wanted me to give you guys today. I'm gonna pull another message here, guys. I'm gonna pull another message here. Let me just see what this is. I just opened up the Cosmic Bible to page 7. And guys, if you don't have your Cosmic Bible, you can pick this up on Amazon. It's The Great Expansion, a Cosmic Bible for the Ages. This is book 1, The Evil Divide. Okay. And that link will be down below. Interesting. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start reading from the bottom of page 6. It says, I find it interesting that in the Christian faith, Jesus was represented by a symbol of a fish. Could it be that Jesus is not only the child of Father God, but also a child of water? After all life begins in water, because all life begins in the womb. Without water, nothing would become physical. The Holy Bible speaks about Jesus telling his disciples that he will make them fishers of men. To be a fisher of men, you must take man out of its natural habitat, Mother God's watery womb that purifies and brings clarity and growth, both physically and spiritually. I would bet that during the age of Pisces, lasting approximately 21,000 years, a veil of forgetfulness was purposefully put over the consciousness of man, directing praise and worship on the external patriarchal God, detached from the holy feminine waters that reside in each of us. By changing the feminine presence of God in the creation story, man became separate from their internal waters, or their God self, God 7, self-mastery. I believe that the Holy Spirit is the divine feminine aspect of Source God. She is the mother of the living waters. This served as a pathway to get humanity to explore the God outside of themselves, because the veil of forgetfulness was covering the God within. Each is important, but there is a time for everything under the sun. Throughout my various transmissions with Mother God, I have come to understand that water is how we enter and exit. It is time for Mother's children to go back into the watery, all-knowing intelligence of her cosmic womb for spiritual growth and protection and what? Energetic consumption or substance. When we submerge ourselves in water, it awakens our God self-awareness, our God 7 awareness. Could this be the true reason for baptism? Water is transformative and a portal to the internal God self. As this age comes to an end, Mother God will once again carry us in the womb of her living waters. Can't make it up. Can't make the 5D expansion up. You have to belong to her. You have to belong to it. You have to have spent time with it to attune to the frequency of her loving, flowing whispers. She's the divine mother of wisdom and strength. She speaks. Source is in the womb, is in that void. in the watery womb, in the darkness, right? That's the completeness, right? That's the intelligence, right? Holds all memory. We can even look at the water as the Akashic stores, as a gateway to the Akashic records, or rather as a way to imprint. Thank you, Source. Water is the modality that allows us to imprint things into the Akashic template. So even if you have good things that are edible for consumption to allow humanity to expand, if the waters, the internal waters within yourself is not good, then the stamp in the Akashic records is no good, because water is the gateway, it is the modality. Can't make this up. I didn't know we were going to church today. I guess this is another cosmic ministry, right? Sermon that we're doing. But yeah, it's all about, what did I say? The 5D is about the internal. In the old age, it was about the external because we had the veil of forgetfulness. That was one of what? The things keeping you at homeostasis. That was one of the veil of forgetfulness is what? This homeostasis, this block here that wants to keep you the same. But what did we keep do? What did we keep doing? We kept on living throughout the years and centuries, and we made it to this very important age where now it's about the internal self. It's about the God 7 awareness, right? This is where we are. We have essentially pushed through that barrier, and now we are swimming in the cosmic womb, in this void. But it's not a void that is nothingness. It is the nothingness that attunes us to the something that we want and need in order to go higher. So we have to pass through the uncomfortability, and then we have to get into the watery womb, back into the void, back into consciousness, really, back into energetic motion, back into flow state. You haven't even tried unless you've broken yourself down completely. You have not even tried unless you've broken through that veil. You can't meet Source with the veil. It's impossible. You have to break through the friction. You have to feel it and be willing to give it everything you got. Ask yourself, are you giving it everything you got and even more? Sometimes I get frustrated because I give it everything I got and then some. And even if you're not seeing the fruits of that, just know that that is the starting point for Source to meet you. You must first give it everything you got in the inside. That means you're putting good things into the internal waters. You are activating the codes. You're putting everything good into the internal waters. You're giving it all the substance, all the energetic consumption. You're pushing away the negativity. And now, once you've done that, this allows for all of the new positive flow, positive energy to now get branded by the internal waters of Source. And that is the modality that stamps it into the Akashic stores that creates that template. Hi, Allison. Oh, my Pisces soul feels this so much. And Nico says, this is telepathy, a resonance of thought frequency, because I'm facing that from right now and where the people around me want to hold me back because the demiurge is working through them. Yes, yes, guys, most of these people are embodied by the demiurge, by the archons, by the grays. And to be honest, once you start stepping into this work, the grays are nothing. They just run a bunch of experiments and stuff. It's none of these things become anything, but I'm telling you, most people will be embodied by either a demon or a demiurge or just these energetic vampires you have in your life. Most of these people will be your attachments. It won't be just any old energy. Most of it is the people you have in your very life. That's why I keep telling you, now is the season. We're separating soul from soul, flesh from flesh, spirit from spirit, mother from father, brother from sister, cousin from cousin, friend from friend. This is what we are looking at. We are refining the light. This is how you become a crystalline being. You can't get out of here any other way. Trust me, after what, my over 14,000 lifetimes, this is how you have to do it. You have to become of it. Because you have to belong to the frequency. You have to belong to the frequency of where you think you're going. So what I'm talking about here, you just accomplishing a goal, that's nothing. What we're truly trying to accomplish is to break out of the matrix, to die and never come back here. Do you know how high vibrational you have to be? Like, do you know how self-studied, how much you have to know your internal waters? You got to master that thing. These internal waters is a tool. This is part of your ascension and your spiritual toolbox. The ability to encode frequency on the water. And what's the frequency? The frequency is the energy consumption. It's the things that you are consuming, the things that you're staying away from. This new frequency that you partake in is what encodes on the mother source waters that you're born with. And then that what can create a stamp in the Akashic records. Enough of those will create a template. This is how you break out of the generational curses. Yes, guys, this is where we are. And I didn't even know I was going to do this message. I had nothing planned. And I said, I want to be available for when source shows up. I love spending time with source. I want to be available for that. And so I had to create space in my life for that. Some might say I live a very selfish life because I live a life alone, but I'm alone for a reason. I had to get myself alone so that I can work on this, because I couldn't do it with the noise around me or the people, even the people that may have good intentions. If your intentions are not on the source vibration of where I'm going, then you're holding me back. That's where I am. It doesn't have to be where you are, because I'm in a covenant with source. But that's where I am. If you're not on the vibration of this, then your frequency is holding me back. Then it's creating what? That resistance, which is good, but at a certain level, we got to get out of our own way. We got a lot of people around that are just keeping us in the resistance. So we got to clear space. You got to clear space for what you want. You got to clear space if you want to go higher. You got to clear space to to understand these realms beyond this. There's spaces, so many different spaces, well beyond this, guys, well beyond these planets and these star systems they told you about. No, the universe is infinite, and we are creating different spaces every single day. Every day. Every time you break through a level spiritually, you've opened up another, you have another key code to the infinite, to that infinite potentiality, that space, that voided space, right? It's just the original That vibration there already has everything. The vibration of source has all of the light codes. It has everything you need in the vibration. But if we're stopping here before we even break through, before we even get the friction, we're never going to get the access codes. This is what source truly, truly, truly wants to say. We have to push through and just know that source will meet you there. And it is hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard. But it's worth it. It's like when you evolve and you go up a level, it's like you're standing at the top of a mountain and you're looking down at the vast landscape and you're looking down at the journey that you've just journeyed and you're feeling like a conqueror. That's what this feels like. And to truly know that, not to say that I did it all by myself, but that I did get into my mindset by myself with source. Yes, you may have sustenance around you from the people around you, but ultimately it's you that has to hold the vibration. You guys can hold it. You can. If you're on this channel, I'm telling you, you are a light worker. If you're here, if you're picking up on my frequency, then you are like me. There's nothing that I'm doing that's special here. All I'm doing is showing up and pushing through. That's it. I show up and I push through. I cry a little bit. I fall down. I get back up. I show up. I push through. I fall down a little bit. I cry a little bit. I get back up. And before you know it, source meets you. See, source knows the plan you think that you have. Source has something you can't even conceive. Like it's something so precious. And all you must do is do. Remember, it's you waiting on you. Someone say that, and I want you to feel that. It's you waiting on you. You see that? You see what we just did? I love this new season that we're in. We are refining the light. Someone say we are refining the light. I am refining the light. It's you against you. It's you waiting on you. It's you becoming you. It's you after you. It's you. Love her. Love him. Know him. Know her. Care for her. Hear her. Listen to her. Listen to him. Shield them. Protect them. Show them your power. Show them the way. Your older self is relying on you. You know that, right? So you waited on you. It's no one else. No one else is coming. You've been empowered and endowed with every single thing you need for this journey. Your older self is trusting in the 50-year-old you, the 30-year-old you, the 20-year-old you, the 70-year-old you. I don't care if you're 80. Your older self is waiting on the present you. And if the 40-year-old self gets to the 60-year-old self, it won't be able to say they did this and they did that. No, because deep down inside, they're going to say, why didn't you do at 40? Why didn't you do right by me at 50? Why didn't you do right by me at 35, at 65? That's what's going to happen. No one else is coming. This may not be a popular message for today, girl, but this is truly what I'm knowing. No one's coming to save you. You have to belong to the rescue team. The rescue team is when you go through all of the booby traps, all of these little tests and levels set up by the matrix, and in a lot of cases set up by you to grow. It's when you go through all of that is that you end up saving yourself by becoming that savior in which they told you was external. The Christ returns when you do the work. Let that sink in. The Christ returns when the energy consumption is good. When we've cleared and baptized our internal waters by putting in good sustenance, by eating our spiritual Wheaties. This is when the Christ returns. You waiting on you. The higher self is rooting for your lower self. Your older self is rooting for your younger self, for your present day self. That's the ticket. You are all players of the game. In some ways happening externally, but remember, in this new season, in the new age, we are doing what? The internal work. So everything we're doing is refining aspects of ourselves. If there's an energy attachment external or some sort of energy going around it in some way, you must be a vibrational match. This is the work now, guys. This is the season. Refining the light. Lots of darkness may be coming up for you right now in your field of awareness. Lots of darkness may be coming up. I'm here to tell you it's not darkness. It's the lower part of the light. And I know that that's hard to conceptualize. But even the light needs to be refined. And that's what we're working on. So to sum this up, no one's coming. Stop saying someone's coming for you. They're not. Source is already here within you. It's just for you to attune to her loving, flowing whispers. She's the divine mother of wisdom and strength. She speaks. Yes, not blaming anyone, including yourself. Including yourself. Very important. Very important. This is where we are, guys. This is what a beautiful place to be when we can not even blame those energy vampires in our life. Yeah, I know it's fun to call them out and all that, and I still do that too. But you know, when we sit in our quiet spaces, we know we got to tighten up. We got to tighten up because somehow, some way, they were able to seep through because there's a part of us that's not tight. There's a part of the light that's still dark. And it doesn't mean that it's dark, but see, we are becoming crystalline beings. And so in order for us to become that purest form, in every sense of the word, our perception is different. Someone will look at us and see all light, but when your perception is on perfection, then you can what? Reflect the light that appears to be all just light. When you reflect it, then you can see the blind spots or the spots that are dim, or rather the spots that still need refinement. This is where we are in the season. We're refining every bit of our soul. I love this. I love this. Guys, I'm a true teacher. I'm a true spiritual teacher. This is my, I feel good delivering these messages. This is the best kind of videos I love to do is just show up and be present with source. It feels me. It fuels me. It really truly does. I love it. Thompson77 said, I figured that it could have been a blockage at the period of time in my life, and I was in my 20s. And someone says, also says, now I am constantly hearing about the following more than ever: XRP, XLM, XD, yes, XDC, yes. All of them, all of them. Guys, what did I tell you? I did a video last year or early this year. I don't know, like 2-3 months ago, something like that. And Source was talking about the marches that would be coming in this season, in the springtime. Source said 4 months after the marches, we will see a wave so big in this market. Don't get fooled by the tariffs. That's a whole nother thing I have to tell you guys. Oh, you have no idea. I got to tell you guys that, but I was led to do this today, right, on Sunday, but I'll come back about that. Source said 4 months after the marches, you're going to see a wave so big. And see, most people would have given up. This is the test from Source. Are you going to give up when it looks bad? That's the test. Trust me, we all down bad, but guess what? I know what Source said. And I'm betting on that. Not betting, I'm standing on what I know. That's the test. Do not waver. We don't fold in the 5D consciousness. We don't fold. We hold the frequency, hold the vibration. Yeah, we may get down time to time, but we have the ability to pick ourselves up faster. We don't fold. We dust ourselves off. We put the frequency back on. Hold that vibration. Hold the Om. Hold the Om. Hold the original vibration of Source. It's coming. And there will be more marches. So the marches are not yet over. But this is prophecy. This must happen because part of this is also a test to see who Source can trust. Because what's happening in this season is that a lot of people will be forced to pick a side and go back to the old timeline. That's why they got everything going on with the people getting deported. That's why they got the the rate, trying to get the race baiting going on. That's why, the tariffs, and you got all the Chinese people trying to tell you about your own country. All of this is a setup to see if you're going to choose the lower timeline. And part of this is not done by Source, but Source is using it to see who deserves the wealth transfer. Because remember, you have to be attuned to the frequency. Source is not giving a races of the wealth transfer. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Source is not going to do that. Source is not going to give a liar or murderer the wealth transfer. That's not going to happen. A cheater. It ain't happening, guys. It's not happening because with your money, you have to do 5D things. You have to hold the vibration of the 5D. The 3D people, I'm sorry, you're not going to be grafted into this. And that's why most of these people are losing their stuff right now, because they don't know the word of Source. The true word of Source is shaken down, pressed together in your heart space. It's in your heart. Source will already have telecommunicated with you through telepathy. You will already have this pressed on your heart space. Guys, this is how Source communicates with us, right? So this is also a test. Don't get caught. Don't get caught out with the people that are still in the 3D. We are multi-dimensional beings, guys. I want to say that. And we are in a war right now. Most people don't know. And I'll talk about that in another video. But for today, I'm going to leave this here, but I want to say there's one more person that's supposed to be in this class. The class starts on the 28th. I need to close out enrollment within the next few days. Source said there's one more person. And I know there's somebody who's been on the fence. I know there's somebody that has been on the fence, but what I love truly about every single person that I've worked with, I don't care if you've just been in a single session with me, or doesn't matter. You guys are sent by Source. I know it. Like the way that we, even in our hypnosis sessions, we're finding out that we've had past lives together. Like, it's just crazy, like how interconnected I am with you guys. There is one more person that, and I only call in my soul tribe. And that's why I'm okay with us being this smaller knit community, because you guys are all my soul tribe. I know that. I know that. I've spent time with you guys. Like, I've read you guys. You guys are all interconnected with me, and I am with you. And that is just more, that's more beautiful and more fruitful and more what? The energetic sustenance than it is having a million subscribers and a bunch of flaky people and a bunch of 3D bots and people at base consciousness. This is Source. Source takes the few. Like, I just love you guys. You guys have made my heart so full. You have no idea. And I just want to send that love and gratitude back to you guys. You guys send me love. I want to send that right back, because I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you guys. I love you so much. I do. I truly, truly, truly love each and every one of you guys. I do. And I feel your hearts. And it's not, you guys have huge hearts to help the collective. And I've never seen a group of people who truly just want to help the collective. Just want to help humanity. They want to do the grid work, the true work. And that's beautiful. This is what gets you there. It's when you do the stuff when no one's looking, guys. When no one's looking, you do what's right when no one's looking. There is a pot of gold at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the rainbow. There is. There is. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I love you guys so much. And I think I will let that be that, because if I sit here, I think I'll just keep preaching and teaching. Oh my God, this is amazing. And I just want you guys to just believe in yourself more. Source believes in you. Source is literally waiting for you. Source is stability. Source is the vibrational tone, the hum, the om that radiates and vibrates, and it's always this that the ambient sound in the background. Source is always there. Just believe in yourself, attune to her. Just attune to her, attune to self. And just sit there with the breath. With the breath of life is the present, is the gift from Father Source. The water, the internal waters that you're born with, is the gift from Mother Source. And when you bring the breath and you allow the light codes to encode those internal waters, this now sparks a creation. And now you have the divine baby or the divine child, right? You have the Christ from within. You have birthed Christ. Thanks for your prophetic words, especially in regards to the Shiva. Ever since that word, I've been buying like crazy. Yes, guys, it's still gonna happen. And I still have, I still have like everything. Like you know, I've just, guys, here's the thing. When you believe in source, you have to just like do something, know that source said it, and you walk away and start working on something else. Yeah, that's the trick. And that is the seed that waters it. Your faith waters the seed. Your faith will water those seeds. These seeds will sprout. Source ain't never lied to me, and source ain't gonna lie. Now, I don't know if they will delay it, because some things happen, but I'm telling you what, I saw a huge wave, a huge windfall. It's like standing in a money machine, and you can't grab it fast enough, but you have to understand. Thank you, Source. Source is saying, yes, it will be like standing in a money machine. But do you have a strategy? Source wants to say this to the ones of us who have crypto. Do you have a strategy? Because what happens when the wind blows around in that money machine? It's hard to pick it up. You have to have a strategy. You ever seen those like old school, game shows? There's some people, they have a strategy. They like grab some, they put it down their shirt, put it down their pants. Like Source is saying it will be like that. It's going to be chaotic. And so what I believe this means is that these platforms will be pausing. You ever seen it when they pause things, when stocks and crypto go up crazy, they'll shut it down where you can't buy any or sell any. No, I think they'll let you buy, but you can't close out the position, something like that. These are the things that will be going on. So Source is telling me right now, in this moment, it will be chaotic. It will be money flowing, but will you capture it? And that's another thing. And so you have to have a plan. And so the plan will be, it won't go from 0 to 100 in one day. It will show you signs that it's going up, right? So the plan will be maybe creating a plan where if it goes up this amount, you start to sell off a little bit, 15, 20%. And so that way, when the huge windfall comes and they start stopping people from selling, you've already gotten most of your money out. You see what I'm saying? This is what Source truly wants us to prepare for in this moment, guys, because there will be a time soon where people will not be able to buy properties anymore. I mean, the normal people like us, we always going to be fine. We're always going to be fine, but I'm talking about the greater wide humanity. But for us chosen guys, and that's why another thing, this stuff is so low right now, because Source is giving grace, still giving people time to get in. Okay. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, girl, but look into XDC, look into, all of these coins. Do what you feel is right for you. But yeah. Anything good or great requires a bloody fight. Yes. It's not even like it's a bloody fight on our end. Really, it feels that way. But you know what? Now I'm starting to realize is like when we see the opposition, that's them fighting us because they know we are the giant. That's what it is. And so all we do is hold the vibration. What that looks like is us just doing our work. It looks like us just showing up, even when we're tired, even when we're achy. But truly, it's them fighting us. That's what it is. All that, you're trying to break through, the homeostasis hit, the little, negative thought forms hit. That's them fighting us because they know we're winning. We are winning this thing. And every time you turn down their proposal to take their negative drug, and they want to get you on that vibration to lower your frequency, they will lower it all the way to the grave if you let them. Every time you reject that, this is what builds up those stores in the subconscious mind. This is what creates eventually the template. This is what breaks you out of the generational curse pattern. It's doing those small things every day, saying yes to yourself, pushing past these perceived limitations or homeostasis. It's that simple. You have to overcome her, this negative thought form. And I remember Source telling me, come out of her. Come out of her. Fear, you must come out of her. She's a demon. Fear, you must come out of her. You must come out of her. That just brings so much. When I say that, I see like almost like a black crab just walking out. I feel that this is the primitive template, that template that comes with your programming, right? Is the basically the fight or the fight or flight, right? Or freeze. That's the primitive template. That's the fear. That's what's holding the fear. Source told me a while ago, and I was supposed to deliver this message, you must come out of her. When you truly come out of her, then what's they say? There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Boom. Who said that, guys? I know that's a famous quote. Whoever said that was tapped into spirit. That's not, even though it sounds so simple, there's nothing to fear but fear self. No, that was a total in alignment with spirit, with source. When you come out of fear, and the fear comes with all the rest of the things, the lack, the scarcity, the depression, the addiction, the anxiety, all the slew of things. When you come out of her, there ain't nothing to fear but fear itself. And if there's nothing to fear but fear itself, then is it truly fear? Because that kind of neutralizes it, right? So now you can just live from a neutral standpoint and just observe. See, that's true neutrality, is when you don't have an emotional connection to it. See, here's the trick too, and I'm teaching past the time I'm not supposed to be teaching, but I want to say this, that when we allow our emotions to imprint with the thought, and we imprint that inside of our internal waters, that is what truly creates and makes these templates. Yes, it creates these negative thought forms, these associations, right, in the subconscious mind. But when it becomes dangerous is when you use your emotional body to make an imprint. You are making an imprint on the emotional body. The emotional body now is talking to the mental body and say, hey, I have this template here that said, I'm never going to be nothing. Here, why don't you store this for me? in the mind. Mental body says, hey, physical body, I got this template from the emotional body of lack. Why don't you store this in the physical body? Where am I gonna put it? You ever seen somebody with the fat knees? Put it there, store it right there. Or worse, some sort of mass, some sort of tumorous mass. And a physical body says, hey, spiritual body, I got something in my physical body and I need it to go away. And the spiritual body says, you told me you wanted it 20 years ago. Because you kept speaking the same thing over and over again. Words are powerful. Words are how we encode things. It's how we create these templates. That's all I'm saying. And so that's what I do in the Ascension program. We work through all 5 bodies of consciousness to clear out this noise. It's all noise. Okay. Fear is more powerful than love. That is the real factor. Hi, Austin. We all appreciate and love you, Mother of the Ages. Thank you so much, Austin. Love you too. Love you guys too. Love you guys so much. I really love these videos because I'm a Cancerian, in case you guys don't know. We love love. You know, and like I always tell people, like, this is true intimacy. Intimacy doesn't mean being with a love partner all the time, although it can mean that too, but spirituality is intimacy, true spirituality, when you're not faking. You know, like I'm really, truly, as my channels are open to receive from source, you actually receive that intimacy that is reserved for source, because my channels are open and I'm doing this live channel with you guys. So it is intimacy. And guys, be sure to close your channels right at the end of your messages. So guys, yes, one more spot left, and we will be learning how to open and close our psychic channels in the class and how to clear energy. Guys, you guys will be working with energy from day one. You will be amazed that there is an energy healer inside of every single person, guys. And source said there's one more person. There's one more person, guys. So please do email me instructions4humanity@gmail.com, or you can go underneath this video when it's over, or any of the other ones, and you can book the free 20-minute consultation to find out more about the quantum telepathic healer and psychic development course, guys. It's starting. Only have a few more days to get you enrolled, whoever you are. But I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I love you, I love you, I love you. And so it is, as we walk together in divine love. Oh, thank you, Austin. He says, if you've not signed up to work with her, do it. It will change your life. Thank you. We had the most beautiful, wonderful sessions. It changed my life too. You guys changed me. I learned so much from you guys. It was such a beautiful time. And not to say that I really do love working with men. I want more of you men to come. Because it allows me to learn more even about myself as, you know, as a feminine. So it was very beautiful. The sessions were just so amazing. Take care, everyone. Okay, bye. Hi, April. Bye, guys. I am the warrior. Hi. Trauma stored in your cells, muscles, tissues. Yes, absolutely. All of that, guys. All of that. We can clear all of that and so much more. Bye, Ernestina. Bye, guys.